Happy Tuesday and welcome to, I guess, pre-June. June starts tomorrow. But anyway, today we're going to be diving into a reading for our air zodiac signs. So hello, Gemini and Libra and Aquarius. Welcome, welcome, all sun, moon, and rising. We're going to dive in and see what June of 2022, starting tomorrow, has cooked up for you. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Tara and I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me and what I do, then check out the link down below for my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. And while you're there, you can also check out the Leon Mystery School, where I'm the head mistress. And I teach mind astrology alongside other awesome teachers and subjects. And you can check out my Patreon, PayPal me. You can also check out Desert Cauldron, which I'm going to be utilizing one of Desert Cauldron's tools today. So anyway, I have some fun things cooked up for you guys and a lot of decks in front of me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and cast an elemental circle. So you're wondering maybe why I cast an elemental circle. Well, whenever I am working at the altar, which is actually right behind me, and I'm in a sacred space with you guys, I cast a circle to make sure that within this area everything is clear and all the downloads that I'm getting are for our best and highest good, and that I get the clearest messages possible so that I can translate them to you guys. You don't physically, obviously, have to be here with me. When it's an elemental energetic circle, it transcends space and time. So let's go ahead and get started. I do like to incorporate the elements for the elemental circle. Sumi here with the teddy bear. Hey! So we're going to start off with the element of fire and busted out a brand new candle just for maybe the air signs. Maybe I have a bias, I don't know. But Libra is my moon sign and Gemini is my sun sign, and Scorpio is my rising, but I do have a lot of air in my chart. So I don't know if you guys can tell, this isn't a black candle, it's actually navy blue, or almost an indigo blue. So definitely corresponding with the third eye. Thought it might be helpful for today. All right, let's wait for this flame to go down since it is a brand new candle. Just need for it to catch a little bit. All right, and there we go. Burn, baby, burn. All right, and then incorporating that air element. Hello. Piece of Palo Santo here. And these Palo Santo sticks, I have this one and I have one other that my friend actually brought me back from South America, and they last me forever. I've never gone through an entire Palo Santo stick, and I use them quite often. But anyway, let's go ahead and cleanse that space. Oh, it smells amazeballs. And then just asking that the element of air help to cleanse the space along with the element of fire here. And next we're going to incorporate the element of water, and I have my Florida water here for us, which is going to feel kind of nice because, as we know, I live in Arizona and it's a little hot ski. But I'm not complaining. I would rather be hot than be cold. I am a deserty / tropical people. And the water does feel good, so a little bit more for me. Might as well cleanse my whole aura anyway. The aura's hot. The aura's hot. All right. So for the element of earth, this is where I'm going to be utilizing one of Desert Cauldron's tools. And Desert Cauldron is a shop that we have. It's an Etsy shop that James and I both run. And many of the items are handmade by us, but some of the other items are by local artisans. But this particular item was created by us. It's not quite finished drying, so I have to be very gentle with it while I do this live chat. And James was like, it's not ready yet, like you're gonna use it in your chat. I promise I'll be very careful, okay? So okay, you ready? I started to show this during my weekly guidance tarot reading that I did, but here we go. So to incorporate the element of earth, I have this very special wand that we've been working on, and I made sure that we worked with it for a couple of weeks, making sure that it would hold together, for, you know, anybody that was going to use it. And then I added the last pieces to it today. So this is actually a springbok horn, a male springbok horn, naturally shed. And this is an indigo gabbro sphere that we have here. And what's inside of here is actually sand from the Superstition Mountains, which is a highly energetic portal, place of many portals actually. And then we have this skull here, but this is actually hand carved out of deer antler. We got to meet the artist that created those. And then surrounding him, I have a bunch of kyanite. So that's like green kyanite dust. So definitely earth, earth, earth is what this wand is. So I'm going to call in the four corners. So our four elements. So starting first off to my right with the elementals of the north. Just asking them to help to enliven our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to enliven our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to enliven our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to enliven our circle today. Our circle is cast, let our work begin, and so it is. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna put this somewhere safe so I don't hurt it, because it's got a little bit more drying with the kyanite in the skull. So all right, for a little bit of sound clearing, lastly, I would like to use my Tibetan singing bowl, so you guys just soak it in. It is tuned to the Om frequency, which is the heart frequency. So here we go. That feels so nice. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this June goodness. Hello, air signs, or perhaps you're here to understand your air sign friends. Okay, so the decks that I'm going to be working with are my Wally's World oracles. This is a deck that I created alongside our wonderful community. The link for this is down below if you're interested. But I decided to choose decks that I felt were more in tune with air signs. So I've tried to do that with the different elemental zodiac readings thus far. So I'm also busting out the Real Talk Tarot because, you know, air signs, communication, like figured that would be really good. And everybody's been liking the charms, so I'm continuing using my really fun, colorful little charms. And then I have the Creativity deck, which looks just like this. It's a pretty awesome deck. Lots of gild edging there. And then lastly, I'm going to be busting out the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the elemental reading first. And then we'll go and take a look at the individual signs. So for Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. All right, so I'm going to grab Wally's World, and Wally is really good at helping us with the overall theme message for the month of June. So Wally, what do we have for our air signs, sun, moon, and rising in the month of June? Air signs in June, overall theme, and then we'll connect this theme with our reading as we go along. All right. Oh, okay. All right. I believe this came up last night too. By the way, I have since used this deck. It's very well loved and shuffled, so it's interesting when the same card keeps coming back out again. All right, so I think I mentioned this last night. This is card number 64. It is the last card in my Wally's World deck, and it is my former home in Spring Valley, San Diego. And actually, this is not Wally there. The little boy outlined in gold is actually our old cat, Presley. So he has crossed over the Rainbow Bridge, but he's still very much energetically alive and helping many folks. Okay, so let's dive into this. It may not be the same message as yesterday, so let's see here. Oh, okay, yeah, this is a different message than we got yesterday with our earth signs. Okay, so with Presley coming through, those big lavender eyes, he had lavender eyes, you guys. They were really lavender. They weren't just a weird blue. They were lavender. My lavender-eyed Siamese. So he's coming through and he's saying, don't forget who you are. Like really who you are is what's coming through. So we'll attach that theme, like I said, to the rest of our reading and see how that connects. But it's this main message of this month, which starts tomorrow in June. Don't forget who you truly are. Not talking about the earthly person, whatever name that you were given here on earth, but you at your core, if you go right into the heart center, that powerful eternal being that lives inside of your body, please don't forget that that being is there. I know it's very easy to get sucked into the 3D. We have stuff to do here on earth, very earthly human type things, and sometimes it's such a distraction or not really a distraction, but we get so caught up in it that we forget that we are also an eternal, powerful, manifesting, badass being. That we're not only earth, but we're divine. So don't forget your divinity. Don't let anybody, I'm getting a big download, don't let anybody try to force fear into your heart. Where there's love there is no fear. Don't let anybody else tell you who you are, because you already know. You cannot live for anyone else, because the life you live is within you. And don't forget who you are. Whew. All right, okay. Air signs, it looks like it's going to be quite the month, but let's pull some more cards and see where that takes us. But my goodness, that was a pretty powerful download. Actually, no, all day today, because I've been doing some other readings today and it's been some powerful downloads. All right, so I'm gonna grab the Real Talk Tarot here. Let me go back. Sumi said, I got that card in a personal reading. Identify the house as being one's physical body. Our body houses our spirit. That is perfect as well. And actually, if you look in here, there's 2 cars, 2 windows, 2 roofs, a lower roof and an upper roof. There's 2 lights, outdoor lights. And it's kind of a reminder that we're dual, we're dualistic. We're not just one thing. I'm not just human and I'm not just a divine being, or all of us actually, that we're 2 very powerful things. All right, so calling on Real Talk Tarot. And what I like about it is it kind of looks like a cell phone. And then the images are inside the screen of the quote-unquote cell phone in these cards, which is pretty cool. All right, so, okay, that's card number 1. Let's pull some more cards. This one is going to be kind of like the overall air sign message, and then, we'll dive into Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. All right. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn these over one by one and show you guys. And let's see, we have the Magician. And then we have Temperance. Oops, I got some like tinsel stuck to me. So we have Temperance. So 2 major arcana cards thus far. And then we have the 3 of Wands. And by the way, while I do the reading this evening, of course, get your input in there as well. If you guys are getting things that I'm not getting, you see something that I don't see, definitely voice it here. That's why I love doing the live chats, so that we can get a more well-rounded reading. And if you guys want to pull cards right along with me and let us know what you're getting, please do so. All right, we have the King of Pentacles as well. All right, so let's see. We have 2 major arcana cards, a court card, and then a wands card. All right. So let's take a look at this as a whole, and then if I have to go individually, we'll do that. So All right, let me just go inwards. And again, those who maybe haven't been on the channel in a while or are new, I've just been doing a lot more channeling lately. So I do still read my cards. It's just a lot different now. Okay. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is all about action. Action this month. I know some of the other signs are told to maybe take a little bit of a break, but you guys are very action oriented this month. So in general, this is a month for if there are some things that you've been wanting to get done, like bigger things. I'm not talking about your like to-do list, like, oh, I got to clean the kitchen and I got to go, do this. Not, I'm talking bigger things, like you're looking to purchase a home, start a business, start a family, all these things, some really big choices. This is not the month to sit on your laurels. So, and also this is not the month to do it yourself. Not that you're not capable, not that you're not smart enough, but why place all that extra stress and frustration on yourself when you can happily work with other people, and perhaps you guys end up having fun doing what you're doing instead of one person getting really stressed out saying, oh my gosh, this is so much work, because it does sound like it is a lot of work, and so it just seems silly that you would try to do it yourself. So definitely call on friends, call on a banker, call on a builder, call on a counselor, whatever it may be, and bring those people in to help you achieve your goal. And just know that they're getting something out of it too. They get to work with you and your energy and kind of see how you think, and you are helping them in whatever it is they have going on in their life at the moment. You may not notice how you're helping them because it may be something that's beyond the surface, but just the group of you, I just see more like a group of you guys working together is going to be very beneficial, very beneficial. So this is something that is creating something very solid and very stable in the material world. So that solid stability could be in the form of some very nice cash flowing in. It could be really setting up a solid foundation for a business. It may be getting everything ready, last finishing touches, and now you're ready to start that family. But like I said, this is the month for you guys to be pulling in people to help you with that, so that you can listen to all the other ideas and maybe get something even bigger than you had originally imagined. But definitely get moving this month. Don't wait until July. Get moving now. Tomorrow's the 1st. Why not start tomorrow? So wow, I'm really getting like this fast-paced energy. But at the same time, yes, although the message is to get started, get moving, you're probably not going to finish in the month of June, but this is definitely the catalyst. You have to get started. Also, in the Northern Hemisphere, around June 21st, we're going to have our summer solstice, whereas in the Southern Hemisphere, they're going to be experiencing their winter solstice. So that has a lot to do with the sun. For us, our day will be the longest day, and in the Southern Hemisphere, it will be the shortest day. So it has a lot to do with the sun. So why not embrace that solar energy, whether you have a short amount of time with it or a long amount of time with it. How you embrace that solar energy is being reminded that the solar energy is within you. You have your solar plexus. So that is where a lot of your decision making, your confidence for what you're doing is going to be coming from. So definitely tap into that solar energy. And take care of yourself. I know that air signs, you're going to be just overjoyed. Your little mental synopsis is going to be all over the place, because you're going to be so excited about what you're doing and being able to share it with other people, and you'll be talking about it and telling all your friends, and oh my gosh, we're doing this right now. And I know it might be very exciting, but please don't forget to sleep. Don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to take a nice long bath or shower once in a while, so that you can really decompress and that you can relax, so that you have the energy to continue with what you need to get done this month. Okay. And let's see. Let's look here, see if I have to look at anything individual. Not really. I mean, it seems like they were all meant to go together instead of me just reading the cards individually. But with this Three of Wands, it's kind of standing out to me with, you know, this person is just relaxing in their, is that like a hot tub made of strawberry juice or something? I was just talking about, what if you had a bathtub full of ice cream, but like you wore a wetsuit in it because you'd be cold, right? Because it's made of ice cream. And then you'd probably have to like not eat the ice cream that's near your body because that's kind of gross. But anyway, for some reason that was coming up right before I turned on the live chat. These are the conversations we have at KWT headquarters. But notice how this person is relaxing. So yes, this person is called in people. Yes, this person has a lot to get done for the month, but they're not trying to burn themselves out, because why try to burn yourself out in the first week when you know that you have a few other weeks left to get things done? You can get more done by going at a slower pace and taking care of yourself than you can trying to get everything done at once. I mean, ask anybody who was a sprinter as a runner. I was a sprinter. Sprinters are very lazy because once you do your 100 meters or your 200 meters, you're spent. You're not going to go and continue running. It's like there's no more juice left in you. But if you're a distance runner, you can cover so many more miles and they're going a lot slower. You know, a distance runner just keeps going and going and going and going. Would the sprinter have beat them in the first 100, 200, 400 meters? Of course they would, but after that, the distance runner takes over. So kind of, I'm of course using like runner analogy because that's what I did, but it's the same thing here is, it's a jog, not a sprint for this month. Okay, take care of yourselves. And then what I was getting with the King of Pentacles here is you really truly will feel like this throughout this month if you take your time, if you pull in all the people, and if you get started. Because I think it's the getting started where you start to feel like, okay, this is a thing, we're doing this now, and that's exciting. Let's see, Sumi said, there's a museum of ice cream in Chicago. There's a pool of sprinkles you can jump into. Sprinkles are plastic, but it still resembles the topping. So Chicago needs to go on my list of places to visit then. I need to go to this museum of ice cream, is what you're saying? Because I think that's what you're saying. And I think that that's going to have to go on my list someday. Because that sounds amazing. All right. So let's go into our individual signs. So let's leave Gemini for last, just because, you know, I'm Gemini. So, you know, we'll leave the Gemini signs for last. So we'll go Libra, we'll go Aquarius, and then we'll go Gemini. Okay. And we'll pull from our little charms here. All right, so let's go for a specific message for Libra. All right, Libra. And Libra is actually my moon sign, but I do have Libra elsewhere in my chart as well. Any Libra moons in the house, by the way? Libra suns, Libra moons, Libra risings. Okay, so it looks like we have a couple of charms. And this is what I got. I have a little dinosaur in an egg. Super cute. He's hatching. And then I have Fiona Apple Pog. It says criminal. I love these little pogs. Anybody else listen to Fiona Apple? I like Fiona Apple. Nikki said, my roommate goes to Chicago all the time and never said that was a thing. They're in trouble. Ah! Uh-oh. Dude, like now that's in my head, I'm like, dude, there's really a museum for ice cream. Anywho, okay, but now that's going to be in the back of my head. I hope you know this entire live chat. Okay, so let me dive into these. Libra. All right, so we have Fiona Apple's criminal, and then we have our little dino in a dino egg. All right. This is going along with the message of the card that I pulled at the very beginning. Let's see if I can find it right there. From my Wally's World Oracle. And it was the don't forget who you are, remember who you are. And, you know, remembering that we have that dualistic nature. You know, yes, we're human beings and we do human things, but also we have this eternal divine energy within us. And the Mayans would call it our Koyopa energy. It's that lightning bolt, the thing that gives us life force, and it's what is at the core of Mama Gaia. But what I was getting here for Libra is definitely just being true to you, no matter how weird or, you know, well, according to other people, really, it would just be like other people maybe think that you're odd, or the idea that you're coming up with for the thing that you want to get started on for this month. I mean, they're like, oh, how could you ever do this? So expect that there's going to be some naysayers. Expect that there's going to be a lot of opinions on how you're doing something. And I'm not saying to block out those people's opinions or what they have to say, you know, be open to them. But if they don't resonate with you, when you remember who you are, then, and something doesn't resonate, it's much easier to be like, okay, well, thank you for your time, and that's that. Sometimes when we forget who we are, somebody has an opinion, and for some reason it's frustrating us. We end up getting into a conflict with that person over what? Because they had a different opinion, or they said that your project sucked or was no good. And that's really just hitting at a core issue, a trauma or a shadow, in which case that's just a reminder of something that you need to work on. And, you know, that's not a bad thing. You know, we need these things to show up so we know what to heal. But just expect that there's going to be some resistance from people around you. And now I'm thinking of the Borg, because we literally just watched Star Trek and it had some Borg in it, and resistance is futile. But in this case, it is not futile. Actually, it's strengthening to what I was talking about earlier, the solar plexus. When you take into account people's opinions, but then decide it either connects or it doesn't connect, and you do your thing anyway, or you take on their opinion or their idea and you incorporate it and make it even greater, that's a self-confidence boost. And that is the reminder of what a magician truly is. The one who creates real magic is taking what's going on up here and putting it into the 3D world. You know, taking other people's ideas that are up here, meshing them with your own alchemically, you know, hence the Temperance card that we got, and creating something even more magnificent. So just know that those naysayers may come up, and don't be dissuaded. You just need to remember to continue to go inwards, ground yourself, and remember who you truly are. And when you do that, it's much easier to discern whether you want to take these other person's opinions and ideas, or you say, thank you for your time anyway. And I was kind of getting like the attitude maybe you want to embody. I don't know if you've seen the video for Fiona Apple's Criminal. It's like she just doesn't care. Like, this is who I am. I do what I do. I don't care. You want to call me a criminal? I don't care. And so you can have that attitude too. If you want to, you know, take on the Fiona Apple energy, go ahead. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's go into Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Nikki's like, Fiona rocks. Heck yeah. Okay, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. What do we got here? Oh, she got a rather large charm. I have people sometimes send me charms. You know, people know that I have this ginormous, like, cute little charm bag. So if they find little toys and stuff like that, they usually send it to me. So I have, this I think came from Susie Gemini. So it's little Roo and his mother. So from Winnie the Pooh. And then we have the letter B. So I like to leave the numbers and letters up to you guys. So it could be a name, it could be the name of a destination, it could be the name of the project that you're working on, or perhaps the initial of somebody that can help you with that project. Also, B is the second letter of the alphabet, so I don't know if the number 2 might also have a significance here. Princess, hey! It says, hello, I've been lurking but deaf, thinking I'm gonna listen to some Fiona tonight. Heck yeah. Actually, you know what? I really like that song, Criminal, so maybe I'll listen to it later tonight while I'm thinking about ice cream bathtubs. Okay, so putting these together for you guys. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. And actually, Aquarius is my south node, and I have Leo in my north node. Okay, Aquarius, I'm getting humbling. So we said that the kind of overarching theme is knowing who you truly are, and also that there's possibly something more substantial in your life that you want to begin this month, possibly not finish, but to at least begin it. And part of this is also knowing that many things may be new to you. You may not get something on the very first try, especially if you're a perfectionist. I know that could grate on people's nerves when it's not quite perfect. I just want to, get it perfect. And so that's why I think that it's really good that you bring in other people to help you, because it's not just your project, but it's kind of collaboration of sorts. And within that, there's quote unquote perfection. I think that the light of people working together, that's perfection. Perfection as we see it in the 3D, like some sort of flower arrangement, or having, perfectly tidy house. That's not really possible. Hence why we suffer. And so what I was getting for Aquarius is, yes, understanding that you might be more of a novice, of student when it comes to this particular project. There's going to be a lot that you don't know, and that might be very frustrating. You want to feel as though you're spearheading this whole thing, and so just know that there's going to be a lot of hiccups along the way, but it's to help you to realize that you're not a robot and things cannot be perfect on the first try. And in fact, it's through our trials and tribulations and our failures that we actually learn. So it's not really a failure at all. You gain tools, understanding, knowledge, at least one way not to do it. and you move on from there. It's no harm, no foul. But with this particular charm, I do feel like there are at least maybe one particular person that does have a lot of knowledge in this arena. And perhaps, and I actually, for some reason, I'm getting that maybe you already know this person, and perhaps there might be a little bit of tension with this person. But that can be worked through with you guys working together. This person maybe sits up a little bit high on their little high horse. Maybe they think a lot of themselves. But both of you having to work on your collaboration skills. You becoming the student once again, and having this person kind of help guide you through. So kind of having to humble yourself just a little bit so that you can learn from this person despite what issues you guys may have had in the past. But this person is also learning something where they get to be a teacher, but also a student, because they're learning a lot from you. So it's a really good cycle of energy there, where both of you guys both get to be both teachers and students. But in this case, just the actual knowledge of what's getting done, you would be learning a lot from this person. But I do feel that if you guys can figure out how to collaborate with one another, you guys will have a better appreciation for each other. And I do feel like you'll have a better relationship after this is done, which, you know, won't be at the end of this month, but as you guys move along, I do feel like your relationship will improve. And you get to learn some new skills. So it's like a win-win. All right, all right. Okay, Shadowlands, hey, it says just got home from being out all day with my boyfriend. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. And by the way, I hope you guys all had a lovely dinner. Some of you guys, I don't think, ate dinner yet, so hope that you have a good dinner when you do. I was experimenting today with dinner. I had it was a plant-based like chicken strips, but I made them, I had them soak for about an hour in my own marinade using red wine and some other stuff that I had on hand. And then I made a blackberry and avocado salsa. And so I put the chicken strips over rice, put the salsa on top. It was actually really good. So who knew? All right, so Gemini. All right, Geminis, are we ready? I am a Gemini Sun, so I'm excited. Like, what's coming up? What's coming up in June? I did, obviously, I like had to really soak in what was going on for Scorpio because that's my rising sign. So I'm trying to take in all these messages for myself as well. So like, what's going on? Oh, okay. So it looks like we have our couple charms for Gemini. And we have a little skeleton guy. Hello, hello. And then we have another pog. And this pog says, wake up. Sumi ate 3 hours ago. A neighbor made tacos and juice de Jamaica. Hey, nice. All right. So this looks like a little like alarm clock, like an old school. Like it almost looks like it's from Nickelodeon. Okay, so let's put these together. Oh, Gemini. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm getting here, yes, big things to work on this month. Definitely working on the self-care too. But for Geminis especially, whether it's in your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, this is a huge month for transformation. So with the wake up, I'm getting an expansion of awareness, a greater understanding of what's going on, but it's going to require you to work through some of the more unpleasant emotions, shadows, and traumas that come back up. It's like things from the past seem to come back up again, not as some sort of punishment that the past is repeating itself, but more so you can see it again in the present. You have a chance to change things this time. How are you going to go about it differently this time? Are you going to react exactly the way you did last time this happened, and the time before that, and the time before that? Because everything and anything is possible in the present time. You can be anywhere, you could be anything in this present moment. And so when you think about the past and you say, well, that was just me in the past, but this is different. This is me now in the present. How are you going to do things differently? Are you going to react differently, or is your behavior going to change? Is the way you speak to yourself internally going to change? The way you speak to others, is that going to change? And with those changes comes a leveling up of awareness. You start to see the situation differently and the situations of the past differently. You start to see yourself differently and the journey that is ahead of you and the journey that you're in right now. So there's a really big chance to level up this June, but with leveling up comes some difficulties. So no, it's not going to be easy peasy, but if you're up for the challenge, then what lies on the other side is better than 1,000,000 ounces of gold. It's priceless. And just the way you feel, like the feeling lighter, feeling more self-accomplished, feeling really good about yourself, and being confident and happy afterwards. So this particular project, it was meant to be. This is meant to be. It's meant to test you so that you can see how far you've grown, so that you can see that anything in the present moment is truly magical. You can make it what you want it to be. And although it, it looks difficult at the time that this happens, it's like all of the energy around you, whether you want to call them spirit guides or angels or your higher self or whatever, it's like they're all just cheering you on, like, you got this, you got this. They want nothing but the best for you, and they know that you can do this. And it's gonna be amazing. That's what I just keep getting. It's gonna be amazing. Okay. Whew. Let's see. Let's go back here. Shadowland says, I took my skates with us to the park, practice skating there. Hope you're careful. Make sure that you're wearing knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards. Nikki said, how funny. I'm Gemini Sun and Scorpio rising. Hey. It's so rare when I get like somebody with a very similar pairing to me. Like I've had people maybe, have Libra somewhere else, or Gemini. It's like kind of a weird mix, but yeah, the Gemini with Scorpio rising mix. All right, let's see. Let's go into perhaps some opportunities and possible block that we may encounter in June for our air signs. So with that, I'm going to be using my creativity deck here. So let's go ahead and shuffle those cards. There's a lot of cards in this deck. It's, how many? It was like 100 cards or something like that. It's a lot. Okay. This is created by Monty Farber and Amy Zerner. They've created so many things. Okay, so let's take a look into air signs opportunities. Here we go. All right, air signs, blocks. So we know how to transmute them, go around them, avoid them. Let's see. All right, let's start off with the blocks first. I don't know, I just like to start off there. And we have this image with like the giraffes and the village, and down below you have this little lone wolf there. And on the back it says, free associate. Allow the first thing that comes into your mind without self-censorship to bestow a vision upon you. All right, and there's the back, by the way, if you're wondering what I was reading. Okay, let me just go into this real quick. Air signs, blocks. Okay, I was getting more of, if anything does block you this month from getting this thing started, from continuing forward, or even being able to complete the project, it's the ego. You have all of this magic and all of this creativity all inside this teeny little human being shell. But the thing that comes along with this little human being shell or human suit is ego, which is meant to work in conjunction with the higher self so that you can, navigate the 3D world. But sometimes the ego thinks a little much of itself, so it thinks that it's the only one in this vessel, and therefore likes to take charge. And it tells the higher self to shush, like, I got this. I'm the captain of this vessel. So that is a possible block for the month of, if a shadow does come up, or, something that seems very similar to something that happened in the past, like a recurring event. The first thing the ego wants to do It's like, shadow, no way, I'm not, I don't need to work on that. Like, we'll just keep going full steam ahead. I don't need that. Or, you know, that's just going to cause my human pain to work on that. You know, I don't want to cause my human any pain. So let's just avoid everything that causes, you know, any sort of sadness or pain. So let's just not deal with it. Let's ignore it. And then also what's coming up is, you know, like, let's say something does repeat itself. The ego doesn't have an intuition. That's what the higher self is for. But since it isn't the higher self, it can't see beyond the past. It really can't. So when the past comes up again, it remembers what happened back then, and it wants to do exactly what happened back then. So it's almost like fighting yourself, where the ego is saying, well, we did this in the past. Why should we do anything different? Because it doesn't know any better. It's not trying to harm you. It's not your enemy. It just doesn't know any better. But when you ground yourself and you go inwards and you connect to the higher self, and the two of them can have a conversation, then it's like, okay, let me show you, ego, that this person can do something different in the present. And when you do something different, then the ego's like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that. Okay, we'll carry on. Same thing with when a trauma or a shadow, something painful comes back up again. And right away, the ego's like, no, we're not dealing with this. But the higher self says, no. This is for the person's healing. You care for this person, yes? Yes, of course I do. That's why I want them to avoid pain and suffering. But the higher self says, but through that pain and suffering, they can transmute it into something even greater, and they'll never experience that particular type of pain and suffering again. Then the ego's like, oh, okay. And then when you do transmute it, the ego's like, oh, okay, all right, carry on. So I'm getting that, you know, if anything is a block this month, it's the ego. And so remember, the ego is not your enemy. It just doesn't know. So it's doing its best to protect you, but it's trying to do it all by itself. So make sure that it's working in conjunction with your higher self. Okay. All right, so then let's take a look at an opportunity. Let's see, Sumi said, look at me, I am the captain now. I know, that's like the ego, right? I'm the captain of this ship. Let's see, Shadowland says, I don't own wrist pads, knee and elbow pads. Well, you know, when I first, well, this is like a while back, when I first started off with like real roller skates that weren't Fisher Price, I actually did strap a pillow to my butt with like rope. You know, it was the same rope that I used to make like a lasso when I was a little kid, because I also thought I was a cowgirl. So, and I am still a cowgirl. So I lack a cow and I lack a horse. I'm still a cowgirl. Anyway, but yeah, just be careful. All right, opportunity. And we have this beautiful, it looks like a cardinal, which actually here in Arizona, I've seen a couple of cardinals now. They're beautiful, bright red, like they really do look like fire. And it caught me off guard. I like showed James, I was like, oh my God, that's a cardinal. Like, oh yeah, because we have the Arizona Cardinals. So now our next thing is we need to find a diamondback snake, because we have the Arizona diamondbacks here. So I need to find these animals. Anyway, on the back of the card here, it says risk. Be aware, or you will have to beware. Do not deny the risk and hazards that you see. All right, so let me dive into this, because it looks like Cardinal actually has something to say. Okay, so just like I was saying with Cardinal, when I first saw one, it was so easy to spot it in the bushes, because everything around here, I mean, is semi-green, but mostly earthy colors, like browns and darker browns and lighter browns. And, you know, some kind of clay colors mixed in. But when a cardinal is in a tree, it really stands out. It really does look like the brightest flaming red you've ever seen. It looks like a fire with wings. I can see where people would, you know, get the imagery for a phoenix. you know, definitely off the colors of a cardinal. And so it's hard to miss, you know, and I was thinking, you know, if it had a predator, it would be easy to spot. So this animal, this bird, must be so smart and must know its way around so that it can avoid its prey while also standing like a freaking beacon of light in the middle of everything, like, look at me, I'm a cardinal, I'm bright red. I totally don't camouflage at all into this environment. And so this is an opportunity for you to really show your true colors, for you to really show your power, your creativity, that self-confidence that is inside of you, that being that that the collective, that the higher self knows that you are. And will that garner the attention of people all around you? Yes, it will. You know, the thing that you're creating is really going to be magical. It's going to be beautiful. You know, no matter what it is, we're all different, so this is going to look different for everybody, but people are going to take notice. And especially for those of you that are a little bit more shy, it may be uncomfortable at first. You're not used to all of that attention. But this is going to help you to grow, and don't be afraid of the attention that you get. Some of it's going to be positive, some of it's going to be negative. Of course, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, but all of it is meant for your good. All of it is meant for your growth and leveling up. So spread those cardinal wings or phoenix wings. All right, okay. Let's see. Nikki said it looks like a phoenix to her. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. And actually, that's all. Like, we also have Phoenix, Arizona. So it's a lot of Arizona in this card, actually. Interesting. Actually, we do have a little bit of fire up here, which is kind of cool. And when I did see the cardinal, it was in a bush just like that. That's amazing. Okay, let's see. Oh, you guys, we've come to the point in our live chat where you guys get to do a little live voting. So you get to decide what card for what question I pulled next. And so I have the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle, and I'll pull a card for the question that you guys vote on. And let's hop to it. So let me read you the questions here. Okay, and how you vote is with an emoji. And if you're at a keyboard and you don't have access to emojis, I'm just gonna have you like type the word of the emoji out, okay? So here's the first question. How can I add more light this month? And I got that because, you know, Litha is coming up, and like, you know, the solstice, and there's the sun, and also, you know, with the southern hemisphere, they're gonna have the shortest day, so it's also something to do with daylight. So physical light, but also metaphorical sense, the light. So how can I add more light this month, in the month of June? If that's a question that you want me to pull a card for, please vote with a red heart emoji or type on your keyboard red heart. Okay. Question 2, where have I had too much vacation, and where have I not had enough vacation? So where are you pushing yourself too hard, and where have you not pushed yourself hard enough? Okay, so if you want me to answer that question, vote with a green heart emoji, or on your keyboard, type the words green heart. Okay, so again, first question, red heart emoji, how can I add more light this month? Second question, green heart emoji, where have I had too much vacation, and where have I not had enough? All right, all right, all right. So I will let you guys vote. I know some people walk away from their computers or their cell phones, but if you do make it back, go ahead and cast your vote. All right, Nikki's coming in with a green heart. So that would be for the second question. And I'll just go ahead and shuffle my cards here. All right, Princess has a red heart. All right, so we have green to red, green to red. 1 and 1, 1 and 1. We have a few other people in the chat, so go ahead and cast your votes when you are ready. In the meantime, I'm gonna have a little sip of water. All right, Sumi picked red. All right. All right, so that means we have 2 red and 1 green. Go ahead and continue voting, you guys. Sumi's with the bird. Okay, so little Jeopardy music here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, so I'll do a little shuffle shuffle and then we'll do a little countdown. All right. Okay, so it looks like we're still 2 to 1, 2 to 1. All right, so 2 hearts to 1 green heart. Do we have any other votes? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Sold to the red hearts. Sold to the red hearts. Okay, so the question that wins is, how can I add more light this month? Well, Wild Kuan Yin, let's see about that. You know what I just noticed on the back of these cards? It looks like a freaking phoenix. That's amazing. Kawinky dink, kawinky dink. I think not. Synchronicity, I think yes. Okay, where can we add more light this month, and how can we add more light this month, both metaphorically and physically? All right. All right, looks like we have our card. Let's take a look at what it is. She rides with wild spirit unbroken. All right, and I love these cards because it's like they're flying. All right, so let me dive into this one. How can we add more light this month? Okay, so I'm going to start off with the physical first. Again, whether you're in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, light plays a very important role this month, either it being the longest day, the shortest day, the days becoming longer, and the days becoming shorter after the solstice. So physically, this would be a really good time to enjoy the time you do have in the sun. So if you can, let's say out on the 21st, if you can get yourself outside to not just do things out there, but I think it would be really good to just have a seat in the sun. Here in Arizona, it's probably going to be really, really hot. I mean, we're already in triple digits, but I'm talking like on fire. It's probably going to be here. So I might have to sit in the shade while looking at the sun, but still being able to feel those rays on my body. And so I am seeing to show a bit of gratitude. So physically, again, wherever it is you reside in this planet, this floating orb in outer space, just to show a bit of gratitude and try to go outside, just even for a couple of minutes, feel the sun on your skin. For some people, it might be an overcast day. Go out anyway, because without the sun, even though the clouds may be blocking it, you wouldn't be able to have the light that you do out there. So just showing the gratitude for what that sun gives you, gives you the warmth on your skin. It is able to aid the plants in their growth so that you can have, the fruits and vegetables. It's able to, help your furry companions. It's able to make the world go round. I know we have our moon as well, but in this instance, we're celebrating the sun. Metaphorically, because this is such a month of action, the more you take action this month and the more you remember who you are, who you truly are, beyond your human name, beyond this human suit that we're wearing, the greater your self-confidence and the greater understanding of who you truly are. Like a really good basis of self, a good understanding, a stronghold of self. And when you have that, nobody can shake you. Like, it doesn't matter what people say. People call you all sorts of names. They can say whatever they want. But when you have a strong sense of identity and who you are, you just laugh. Like, how sad. How sad you want to spend your time and energy throwing words at me that do nothing. So it's accessing that solar energy on the inside, metaphorically. But the way to tap into it is actually building that self-confidence. We build that self-confidence through trials and tribulations, through our ups and our downs. And through that self-confidence, you show others how to find their own solar light on the inside. Even if you don't know these people are looking at you, and they may just be following you on social media, and they may just see you at the grocery store, they may just live next door to you in your apartment, but they can feel it, even at a subconscious level. They can feel it, they can see it on you, they see your confidence, they see what you're doing, and it gives them confidence to do what they do. And that's how we help the world. It's a chain reaction. All we need is one person. But of course, there's several of us that are doing this. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's go into our healing. Hey. So think about all the messages that we went over this evening. Think about the ones that connected with you, and perhaps, I know not everything's going to connect with everyone, but think about the things that did, what resonated, and think about, maybe what do you want to do in the month of June? What kind of person do you want to be? Do you really want to tap into the truth that's in you? What do you want to do? And so with this healing, it's just a very short meditation, just a few minutes, but this time is for you, that you get to have uninterrupted, to yourself, where you get to focus really on your intentions. And remember, what starts up here becomes reality. So really focus on those intentions up here, and then we're going to put that into reality. So focus on what you want to bring in. And also, if you're bringing stuff in, that means there's stuff that needs to be let go of. So think about what you want to let go. Let's see. Sumi said, Chicago only gets 5 out of 12 months of good weather, May through October. Heck yeah, I'm going outside every day. It's jacket season for 7 months. Dude, I could not live in that climate. I need the heat, man. Princess said, Tempe girl here, agreed about the sun. Hey, we're in Tempe too. So what's up? All right, so let's see. I have my tongue drum here, and I'm just getting situated while you guys focus on your intentions. And I'm just going to walk you through a very short guided meditation, but remember, this is all for you. So take all the time that you need, really savor it. This is your personal time. Be as selfish as you want. All right, so find a nice comfortable spot. You could be laying down, sitting on the couch, sitting on the floor on a towel like I am, but any place that's comfortable. Okay, and once you find that comfortable space, make sure that you sit up nice and tall. So you want to straighten up that spinal cord as best you can. I know some people have a hard time with that, so just as best you can, just imagine there's like a little ribbon coming out of the top of your head, just kind of pulling you up, because that spinal cord is a representation of that tree of life energy. When we make sure that that energy comes right through that spinal cord. And if you're laying down on the bed, just try to lay as straight as possible. Okay? And let's go ahead and relax the shoulders away from the ears, so we're not like this. So relax those shoulders, relax those arms, those legs, let them start to feel nice and heavy. Let the neck get nice and loosey-goosey. And start bringing your awareness into your body and focusing on your breath. Just taking notice of it right now. At this current moment, is your breathing shallow? Is it deep? Are you breathing quickly? Are you breathing really slow? We're just taking notice, that's all. And just let yourself settle in. Really feeling what is beneath you, whether it's a bed or a chair or the floor. Feeling its texture, feeling its temperature, and how it makes you feel. Okay, we're going to take a nice full and complete deep breath in. And by doing that, we are going to fill up the lungs, fill up the diaphragm where our solar plexus is, and fill up the belly. So let's go ahead and nice deep breath in. And exhale. Full exhale. That means belly button to the spine. And inhale. And exhale. And on your next full inhale, this is where you're going to focus on your intention. What are you bringing in June? June starts tomorrow. What are you going to bring in? Breathe that in now. Let it fill every part of your being. Let it fill up those cells, everything. And exhale. What are you releasing? What are we letting go of? What are we getting rid of? What are you cleaning house with? And continue breathing in what you want to bring in June, and breathing out what you're letting go of. Remember that everything starts in the non-physical, in the 5D realm, before it's made physical. Continue breathing in this fashion. And while you are focusing on your breathing, imagine, if you can, in your right leg, there are energetic roots streaming down from your right leg. And those roots are going down past your floorboards, past your concrete slab, into the soil below, into terra firma. And those roots twist and turn and are met with all the other root systems on this planet, energetic and physical. So plants and trees, as well as crystals and animals and other humans and all other energies. And those roots become one tangled root. You don't know whose goes where. You're all just one. And those roots are diving deep, 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 deep into the core of the earth, where that Koyopa energy resides. And you grab hold of that Koyopa energy, that core energy, and you breathe it in through that right leg. Let it go up those roots. Let it come into your body, fill your entire body, every organ, every cell, every membrane, every piece of your human form and non-human form, and let it explode out your crown chakra, rising up into source. You are now filled with that earthly soul, soil energy. And with your left leg, again, you're going to imagine those roots. And from those roots, they dive deep into the ocean of the earth. The earth is both soil and water, just as you are made of soil and water. And your roots become one with the molecules of the water, diving deep into the darkest, deepest depths of the ocean, feeling the root systems of all the plants and the animals that live in the ocean. And as you breathe in deeply, you breathe in that oceanic energy, being reminded that you are also water. And let it fill again every cell, every membrane, every organ, everything in the physical and non-physical body. And again, let that energy shoot out your crown chakra up into source. And from there, source is ignited with both soil and water. And it explodes in this bright white energy that comes shooting down into your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root. Down those right leg and your left leg, down into the oceans, down into the soil. And now you're a conduit of these two worlds, the world of the divine and the world of earth, both things of which you already are. How magnificent a being you are to live dualistically, both in the fifth dimension and the third dimension. You're both human and eternal. And wherever you'd like to send this powerful energy within your body, please do so. If you're in pain, send it there. If you're joyful, send it there. Wherever you need to send it in your body, go ahead. And as you do, I'll play a little bit of music. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Bring your awareness back into your body, start moving around, bringing your awareness back into your fingertips and your toes. And if you've had your eyes closed, go ahead and open them back up again. But hopefully you enjoyed that time to yourself to really focus on your intentions and that which you're letting go of, so you can bring in some beautiful, beautiful things in June. And I'm wishing you all so much abundance, so much love in the month of June. Have fun in your collaborations, whoever it is that you're pairing up with, to get those things accomplished that you want to at least begin this month. So remember, you have a lot of energy behind you to help you on whatever it is that you're starting. And so I wish you well on whatever that is. So, oh, you're so welcome, Sumi. So yeah, let's go ahead and close up that circle. So I have my candle here, and why don't you guys go ahead and make a wish, especially those of you who are Geminis, maybe having a birthday in the month of June. My little brother having his 35th birthday on Saturday, and then the week after I will be having my birthday. So let's all make a wish, though. I guess kind of like a day wish or an evening wish. So ready? On the count of 3, make your wish. 1, 2, 3. And so it is. All right, so let's close up that circle, thanking our elementals for helping us out today. And we're going to start at the north once again. So thank you, the elementals of the north that helped us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the west, for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the south, for helping us to cast our circle today. And thank you to the elementals of the east for helping us to cast our circle today. The circle is free, but it still remains as above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet, merry part, merry we do meet again. And so it is. Alrighty. Okay, you guys, so thank you so much, everybody who joined in today, whether you just had dinner or you're off to go have dinner. Thank you for spending this evening with me, this reading. Thank you to everybody who participated. And so if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to give us a like button today. And if you want to share this reading on your own channel or your social media, please go ahead and do so. But thank you to everyone. And also, I do want to thank my Patreon subscribers. So thank you to Michelle and Surian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, Jason, Charles, Kayla, and Brian. Thank you all so very much. And actually, one of them on there, my friend Jason, we share the same birthday, so I'm gonna be wishing him a happy birthday very soon. So we always say that each other is our evil twin, because we're literally born the same day, same year, except I think he's like 2 hours older than me. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I will catch you guys on Sunday for the weekly reading. All right, so catch you guys later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.